So I'm gonna share with you the mad science of geoengineering going on. I have a perfect bird's eye view of it here out the window. I'm just gonna move my drying clothes out of the way here. I've been washing all of my clothes by hand this trip. It's been kind of fun, actually. I don't have many clothes. Look at this. That's geoengineering right there. They're doing it. And it's solar radiation management. They're spraying right in front of the sun. See that line right there? That's going to fan out and make a mass, a streaky mass like these other ones that here blocking the sun, to artificially cool down the ground temperature, and also to poison to contaminate everything on the ground. The ingredients of all of this, as you can find on geoengineeringwatch.org, this mad science potion they're spraying out of separate nozzles, separate from the exhaust of the planes. These are sprayed nozzles. The ingredients include metals like aluminum, manganese, lead, borium, etc. And polymers too. And these are in his nanoscale, as Dane Wigington always says on his weekly broadcast. This is absolutely a crime, a high crime. None of that cloud mass that you see in the sky is natural. It's all man-made. Man-made weather that's been going on since the 40s. Since the Air Force found scientifically that the upper atmosphere is superheating. So they're masking the heating going on, creating an artificial ground level cool down in order to confuse and divide the public about the breakdown of the atmosphere, the breakdown of the whole web of life. And they're exacerbating it with this. They're destroying the ozone layer. They're spraying right into the ozone layer. I'm going to keep the camera on this streak here so you can see how it'll fan out and become a so-called cloud mass and merge with all these other ones. See how they sprayed that one at a vertical angle in position to the horizon, whereas all the other ones are horizontal. So make sure that that's coming through okay. Set the camera here. You're going to see this. You're going to see them. I'm trying to see if I can make my finger a pointer here. You're going to see that line spread out. All of that all of those streaks there are not natural clouds at all. They're obviously spray trips for geoengineering or weather modification. So put this together with the coronavirus and the masking up and the vaccination. This is the same type of deal, because it's the as above intervention with nature and natural processes to the as below of intervening with our biology and messing with our immune systems with interventions, with injections, as if nature didn't give us the ability to take care of ourselves, as if it's not built in. It's called the immune system, and look how close immunity is to community. Or community, the unity of immunity. When you're a unit, when you're one, when you're whole, an integer, integrated, when you have integrity, your immune system takes care of you. Whereas when you're divided from yourself, against yourself, not so much. You're gonna get sick all the time. Especially if you're fear-based, if you're always in fear and afraid of of the coronavirus, or COVID-19, or the crown of thorns. In Gematria, which is ABC 1, 2, 3, going back to the first known alphabet, Phoenician, the Canaanites or the Phoenicians, crown of thorns equals 188, same as the coronavirus. But that's just a coincidence, right? On my site, KyleGrant76.com, I laboriously went through all of, listed all of the crazy gematria connections relating to COVID-19, like how COVID-19 equals 63, 6 plus 3, 9, and think of what happened in 1963 and then in 1863, JFK and Lincoln. And then think of 9/11 or 9/11/01, emergency, 11, L even. By the way, I'm free to say all of this because I'm protected by the First Amendment to the Constitution, the law of the land, which guarantees freedom of speech, assembly, and religion. That is the law. And these laws, these new normal laws, are flagrant violations of the Constitution. And to violate the Constitution is a felony. You can see how it's fanning out now and it's drifting, that line. It's going to spread out even more, and it's going to look like all of these ones here. Evil, toxic shit being done. Those who are ordering this and those who are carrying out these orders are wicked, and they're responsible for toxifying the entire web of life. Toxifying the air, the water, and the land, and our biology, and our own bodies. And this is part of transhumanism too, all kinds of agendas going on here. I'll just leave the camera on that now and not say any more for the rest of the video. Anyone who tries to say, I know I wasn't going to say anymore, but I just want to say this. Anyone who tries to say that that's vapor or that that's anything natural has no idea what they're talking about, and they're in denial. And they haven't done any research into this, into geoengineering. Again, geoengineeringwatch.org is the site to learn about this. Not any of the official mainstream sites, because they will tell you that this isn't going on. They'll tell you you're not seeing what you're seeing. And that they'll tell you that they're just considering geoengineering as a way to mitigate climate change and global warming. I'm doing this because I care. That's why I'm doing this. Just to be clear, should be obvious. I got fight in me. Not physical fight, but fight for what's right. I'm using my voice, I'm using my ability to do this.
Coast Guard, this is unreliable, over. Coast Guard, this is unreliable, over. Coast Guard, this is unreliable.
Gotcha.
Coast Guard, this is unreliable, over. Order, it's not working. Hey, what happened? Marvin, what's wrong? I'll send a radio signal out to you on the spot. Reporter, I'm not leaving without Flipper.
I'm asking this all the time.
This is part of scheduled weather, as Dane Wigginton is always saying. They're scheduling weather. They're not forecasting it, they're making it. They live. The less than 1%. And unless the people unite and cut the BS of the arbitrary divisions, buying into this, all this division, the new division, of course, being vaccinated versus unvaccinated, then we're done. Because these people aren't going to stop. And they are just people at the top. They're sick people. And as Krishnamurti said, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. And this is a profoundly sick association, society of today. Of television addicts, of gadget and gizmo addicts, tech addicts, alcohol addicts, relationship addicts, food addicts, oil addicts. It's a society predicated on dependency instead of independence or interdependence and cooperation. Where's the cooperation in the way things are right now? It's like every man for himself, and if you say anything like that, oh, you must be a communist. That's the other thing. All these fools who spew all day long that we have to be worried about communists, as if we're living in even during the McCarthy period. Obviously, that wasn't really a threat or really the problem. It's Nazis. It's fascists. It's people with no sensitivity, no care, and endlessly shooting their mouths off and never actually demonstrating or walking the walk, always just talking. And the fascist thing is the problem, not communism, it's fascism. It's goose steppers. You think that militarism and industrialism makes sense, or ever did make sense, on a very fragile, delicate planet, Mother Earth. You bet I'm PO'd, but, you know, I'm also working real hard at balance and equilibrium. I'm not in danger of scorching the earth or anything like that, but I will use the righteous indignation that I feel in response to this toxification of earth and all of the insensitivity. I will use that to speak up, to advocate for what's right and what's good and what's true. Because I care. I have a couple of nieces, care about them and the world they're going to have to live in, and all of the children we're going to have to grow up, and we're growing up in this nightmare, whose childhoods are, big chunks of their childhoods are being spent masked up, not being able to breathe properly. Proper health involves breath, good breath first. Inhale as much oxygen as you can, exhale carbon dioxide. Putting a mesh or a mask on your face makes as much sense as putting a sheet on your tailpipe of your car. This is like the only station I can handle on the TV now. It's HBO Family. I'm not in, if I put the TV on, this is all I'm gonna put on. There's no commercials, and it's family-oriented movies, or, you know, wholesome movies. God bless you. Namaste. Hare Krishna. May there be peace, peace, and perfect peace on earth.